Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna talk about how we can realistically nerf the TEC-9, alright? So my TEC-9, which I call Welcome to the Tech, it's an Isaac factory new one, cherry-picked to look the best. In this gameplay, which is pre-patched by the way, and I were only Lem in the gameplay, so I still got some Supreme Master First Class games to catch up on and stock up on, so that you people get to see a lot of the more high-level stuff. Regardless of that, in this game here, even if we were rocking hardcore on T-side, the gun assisted me in the most stupid ways possible. So what we can learn from this, and also what I will go through is, you know, the real-life kind of specifications of the TEC-9, but also what we can learn from the gameplay itself is that still, even after the patch, I would still be able to do the same things. That's mainly because of how Ts need to play the game, but also how the nature of the TEC-9 will reward that kind of playstyle, alright? So, let's go through the TEC-9 in real life, and White is a real life buddy of mine. He has taught me a couple of things about the TEC-9, mainly because he's a gun fanatic, and that pun is not intended. But anyways, as you can see in the game right here, the TEC-9 is just, you know, like you're whipping it out, and just like in real life, at least as it's supposed to be, you're just spamming it and or just running it fully auto, and you get to kill a couple of enemies up close. That's like its essential use. I mean, in real life, it's a submachine gun that was made with 32 bullets in its magazine, 9mm obviously, and it was supposed to be fully automatic mainly. Not an accurate gun whatsoever, and the reason for this is because of how you're not only shooting a lot of 9mm bullets out of it fast, the gun's build itself is made around no fucking stability, so you won't really get to maintain your accuracy as you're shooting, and things does not get any better when you're shooting pistol rounds out of this thing relatively fast, and the barrels are really fucking short, alright? So then again, when you're combining this with, you know, a lot of 9mm bullets, and you're running, there is no argument for this thing being accurate. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, like, nah, what the fuck are you doing, Val? It does not make any sense at all. Like, just being honest to reality and the actual gun and how it works in real life makes no sense, even if people would be able to do it. And the reason for this also is because of how it's just breaking the T-side kind of game, and also when a CT player is able to get the gun, they essentially now have 2 assault rifles, or rather they have like a gun that is essentially better than a 5.7, and you know, that should speak volumes of how the gun works and how that it just does not fit Counter-Strike, alright? Almost feels a little bit like I'm playing Call of Duty whenever I grab the thing, and that is not why I started to play this game in 2013. Alright, so let's go through a couple of other aspects that we could also apply, rather than what I've already insinuated, in which is, you know, we should just make it so that the gun is overall less accurate. Also, especially when you're running, maybe we should keep it as it were before it was even touched in the breakout era. I think that would maybe be good if we were to increase its damage, because then again, at least it would require a little bit more skill, because you can't just fucking YOLO run out there and just rely on the thing being accurate close by, and when you're rushing and running, in which it will be. So, you know, other ways to do the kind of debuff of the thing is to make it so that the damage will be a little bit more realistic. For people who don't know, the damage of the 9mm bullets in the P2000 is not scaling and realistic compared to the TEC-9. So if we were to just duplicate the damage, or maybe making it similar to what you got with the P2000, but maybe increasing it with like 20-30% for the TEC-9, and then maintaining most of its factors, but also then again, maybe you should make the damage drop down a little bit less steep, maybe, or maybe a little bit more steep. Nah, actually, I don't think that would be a good idea. Maybe make it a little bit less steep compared to what the P2000 would have. Now suddenly you have a gun that requires a lot more skill for gunfights, and thus again, the game becomes about skill rather than just taking a YOLO just an absolutely stupid YOLO buy, and now suddenly you got a gun that you can just absolutely blast with. A third way that I would prefer, rather, to make the gun a little less powerful with, is to make it so that you're not running as fast with a gun as you would. Maybe make it like the Deagle, but only then you should make it so that you get to shoot the gun, and when you then get to shoot the gun, well, obviously, you now need to, or you will be forced to shoot the gun a little bit slower. This would make it so that the gun would not be able to get spammed as much. It would make it less accurate. It would mean essentially that you now you need to actually work your skill into using the gun rather than just fucking blasting it around as I did in this gameplay, and thus you get a win, alright? So hopefully people enjoy these kind of ways of nerfing the TEC-9. It's still a little bit too overpowered, but hopefully it will get nerfed, not maybe as much as the CC, but hopefully enough so that it won't be absolutely game-breaking overall. So thanks for watching, thanks for the support. If you want to support the channel and get your rewards, you can look down in the description. So yeah, thanks for doing that. Anyways, nickname is Yellow, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.